So what is this DMARC record that everybody's talking about, and how to check if yours is set up correctly in under 60 seconds? DMARC is essentially an email authentication protocol that builds on top of SPF and DKIM to prevent spoofing and phishing. It essentially gives domain owners the right and visibility as to how an authenticated email is handled. Think of DMARC as a bar bouncer, where you're showing your ID, call it the SPF or DKIM, and the bouncer is checking if your ID actually matches your face. If it doesn't, you have different policies, such as P equals none, reject, or quarantine, that tells the bouncer some instructions from high up as to what to do with that person that is trying to impersonate whoever is on that ID itself. Now, what are these policies that I'm talking about? It means that somebody, let's say the bouncer's boss told him, if you see someone with an ID that doesn't match their face, do nothing. P equals none means do nothing. The email can still get into the inbox folder. Then you have P equals quarantine, which is the more stricter protocol itself, which basically tells the bouncer, grab that person and put it into some sort of jail. Jail would be equivalent to the spam folder when it comes down to emailing, and send a notification to whoever is the actual owner of that ID, letting them know that somebody's trying to impersonate them. And finally, we have P equals reject, which what it does is it rejects that person completely. It permabans them from, let's say, that bar that they're trying to get into. And it also sends a notification to the domain owner or the ID owner as to somebody trying to impersonate by spoofing or phishing their domain. So here's how you can check if your DMARC is set up correctly. First and foremost, you can head to a free tool such as mxtoolbox.com. You can go into the super tool, then just drop the domain name that you want to check for. And instead of doing an MX lookup, you want to do a DMARC lookup. It's going to show up over here next to the KM. You just want to click on DMARC overall. And in this case, you can see that this is mission inbox. And in my case, I have my DMARC set to quarantine, meaning that the emails can still be sent, but they're going to be sent directly into the spam folder. And then we have a few more components into the record itself. It's called the forensic records, such as this RUA and then RUF. It tells you this is the forensic reports and this is the aggregate results. Meaning every single time that somebody sends an email that is spoofing or that is phishing, I'm going to get an individual notification if I send a forensic report, and I'm going to get an aggregate notification sending every single thing all at once. And if anything, you can always read the description over here as to what's going on. The more strict your policy is, the better it's going to be for deliverability. The less strict or the more relaxed it is, the more chances you have of going into the spam folder because of some sort of misalignment. However, that being said, as long as you have a DMARC policy set up, even if it's P equals none, you're going to be way above everybody else that doesn't have it. Now, we've already seen how a good DMARC looks. This is how a bad DMARC looks. First and foremost, we see that there's no SPF record on this domain. We also have a DKIM that fails on this domain, and therefore DMARC also fails. So going into the step-by-step that we just followed, we want to go into MX Toolbox, drop that domain name, select our DMARC policy overall, and then we can see that DMARC record is not even published. As you can see over here, we don't have any DNS records, no DMARC records found, etc. If you're concerned about whether your DMARC is showing up as correctly or incorrect, you can just do it on MX Toolbox, and they're going to show you kind of like these X's as you see over here with what the reason is. If you don't have any idea on how to fix it, just go into ChatGPT and literally ask it, can you create me a good DMARC record with the policies that you want, either P equals none, reject, or quarantine, and they're going to give you the right forensic. After that, just go into your domain manager, click on the copy code, and adjust your DMARC policy or record to match whatever GPT just gave you. After that, try to send yourself a test email or just look it up on MX Toolbox, and it would give you the exact data and all the forensic analysis that you need to make sure that your DMARC policy is set up correctly. Shiny-Box, we help companies go beyond that green check. We make sure that your whole email infrastructure is predictable, has all the DNS records properly configured, and ensures that you have a better placement for a longer period of time without going into the spam folder. If you're interested in learning more about Mission Inbox, go into our website at missioninbox.com and schedule a call with us. We're more than happy to help out and take care of you and your infrastructure. Until next time.